This episode of the Batify podcast is brought to you in partnership with ministryleague.com. We would love for more people to discover this show, so please rate and review us on iTunes or your podcast provider. Feel free to share on your social media, and please do subscribe. Enjoy. Welcome to the Batify podcast. Certainly winging it by myself this time. I'm without my co-host, Whitney Creasy and Ben Hayes, but I'm Travis Creasy, and I'm here introducing this podcast where we're at TITUS camp here on the campus of Heritage Christian University. We obviously have TITUS camp other places now, so you got to specify the location. But we're here at Heritage Christian in Florence, Alabama, and I am blessed to be joined by the man, the myth, the legend, the guy who got this thing started, Ray Reynolds. Ray, say hi.
Hello, everybody.
And my partner in crime, Travis Wade Harmon.
Hello, everybody.
And Chris Moran.
Hello.
And Jacob Leonard.
Hello.
Jake the Snake this week, Jake the Llama, whatever else people call him. But glad to have Jake here because he can give us not only a staff perspective of camp, but also a camper perspective. How long has that been?
Since the beginning, since
All
the
of them.
first year, 15 years.
Is he an OG?
He's an
When was
OG.
the last time we heard that?
Yeah, he missed a couple of years there in the middle. 2 or 1? 1? 2 years.
Gotcha.
But he is an OG.
Well, we want to start off, asking the question, and we'll start with Ray, and then we'll go to Jake, and then to Travis, and then back to Chris, of maybe something that, well, first of all, Ray's going to talk about the camp and what the goal is and the purpose and all that good stuff, and then he'll cap that off with something that he's seen spiritually that's either impacted him or something that he's seen that's helped other people here at the camp. So, Ray, tell us a little bit about TITUS Camp.
Well,
A little bit.
A little bit.
A little bit about TITUS Camp.
Let me get started on me. First of all, I went to Bear Valley to the Preacher Training Camp and helped Nathan Adams as an assistant director, and loved it. This was like 2004, right? Because we started in 2005. So 2004, and I decided that I loved it, thought we could do it here, and came back, introduced it to the school. And originally, a lot of people don't know this, but Nathan Adams was supposed to be the director, and I was going to be his assistant. And then, long story short, he ended up not being able to make it. So about 3 months before camp, I took the directorship with Sonny Owens and Stephen Guy and Travis, and that was about it. And we had Ben Hayes come in and do that Man in the Morning that year, and Larry Davenport did like impromptu speech. We called it spoken English, I think, at the time. And we just started with 12 kids. Actually had 15, but 3 dropped. And we ended up with 12 graduates that year. And then we moved to 24 the next year, doubled. And the third year we had girls, and miraculously we tripled in size. So we filled up the guys. And so since then...
If you let the girls come,
yes,
the guys will come too.
They say if you build it, they'll come. But no, if you add girls, they will come. We actually have, I think, 5 more girls this year than guys. There's way more girls. But yeah, we added the girls, and so 15 years with the guys and 13 with the girls, and it just took off. We try to do about between 60 and 70 campers if we can, and let them all go to a local church and preach on the final Sunday. But yeah, we've been doing it for 15 years, and go to at least 8, 9 different local churches, and they sponsor us to come out and preach. And the girls do Bible class, and the guys either teach class or they do a sermon in the worship hour. We've had like 350 students over the past 15 years. A lot of them come back multiple times, and I've had them from, I forget how many states, but I know 3 foreign countries.
Well, Chris, we'll go back around the room. We're going to ask a question. We always kind of like to end on a light note to some degree, and so what's a moment, and of course we've already acknowledged some of the videos that we've done. It could be a blooper, it could be something along those lines, or maybe a moment that you just really thought was funny, something that kind of sticks out in your mind as a moment of fun, or once again, you can speak for something that maybe your kids have told you they've experienced, or maybe something you have.
The spontaneous stuff is the best. I mean, my favorite is the race, like the original.
Oh.
Like Jake and I were standing there, and y'all were just taking off. Like, what is going on?
For those of you that don't know, that's Ray, Travis, the security cameras here at the school caught a race that we had challenged to go back and get our TNT jerseys, and obviously the security cameras caught a lot of that, which was brutally raw footage of us running and going through
Or
attempting to run, or using a vehicle that might get one arrested by someone in this room right now. So if you ever need that footage, that's probably the most sought after footage.
Mm-hmm.
Like the kids, I don't know, we could raise some money for the camp if we release that footage into the wild.
It's terribly ironic that we've always trying to film something, and by far the funniest thing we ever done was filmed by total
Accident.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think if the cameras just followed us around, that's
Well, we just took the security
about
footage
nothing.
and clipped it up and showed what happened.
And I'll tell you, I've had people message me outside of camp to get that footage, like try to talk me into giving it. I'm like, I don't have that footage. I don't have that. I'm glad I don't have it because it's too beautiful. I would have already posted it.
I had it. I thought I accidentally bootlegged accidentally on purpose bootlegged the flash drive.
I bootlegged it and somebody deleted it off that flash drive.
Mine's deleted.
I wonder who did that.
It's crazy.
Probably the same one who can get a book published.
As we're all as we're all staring at
it on
this,
YouTube
this
this
one
year.
individual, Travis Wade Harmon. What's a moment? I mean, there's a back catalog. Right.
Where do I start? Oh yeah, man, I don't even. What would be? It seemed like I was trying to weed through them a while ago. I guess one of the things that I think would. My name's Travis Wade, and Creasy's name is Travis Wade, and so we've just been doing TNT for a long time. And we had a guy several years ago who's a terrific guy, but he came to camp as a counselor, and I guess the camp that he came from, they did pranks all the time. And so he worked all week to get he tried to prank us.
Oh man!
They were all terrible pranks.
All week long.
All week long they tried to prank us. So we took a fire alarm.
He says we. I don't know about this. But.
I took a fire alarm and I rigged it where it was on the test beep and it wouldn't quit. And we hit it on his car.
Has he been back since
so
then?
that he couldn't get to it, and so. I think that time they lived like a long way away, like hours upon hours.
Illinois, I think, if I remember correctly.
And so that car was out there in the parking lot. At graduation, I went out and threw the smoke detector up on inside their spare tire. And so it sat out in the parking lot going beep, beep, beep.
Oh, no.
And they couldn't get it out, which that was a pretty good
Is there something in the rule book about?
No pranks.
That was after camp was concluded.
That was after camp. But he was trying. I mean, he wanted to start a prank war with us so bad, and it was a good thing camp was over because, buddy, he was not a happy camper.
He was not. All right, Jake, what you got?
Oh man, I don't know, because of all the videos that you guys have made, I've had the wonderful privilege of just watching them happen, but not suffering any of the consequences that happen to your bodies through all these, like all the stuff that Ray has had to eat.
We can change that.
Sardines, I'm good. But there was one time my body was the recipient end. The one and only, the infamous Don Mateo, your brother, Mr. Kevin Creasy. I forget the plot of everything. I don't even know why. All I know is he tackled me for a video into the wall right there in front of the cafeteria doors.
Holy Ghostbusters.
And Holy Ghostbusters.
Ray knows.
Wow, there you go.
Still trap of a brain.
And there's
At midnight.
a huge me-sized dent in the wall. This was like 10 years ago maybe, and it's still there today. And I walk by it with pride every time.
All right, Ray, what you got?
I've just pictured him coming out of the bathroom and living on a prayer.
With the spray can.
Oh, there's plenty of lip sync videos for you to find on YouTube if you have the right link.
I'm gonna blow you away. One of the funniest moments is something that only one person in this room knows about, and you may have already forgotten. But there's a lot of them that were just really funny. Like when we were having to kick out a camper, and I sat down in the seat out there and just boom, we were all really serious and really upset. And then I sat down and the chair caves in, stuff like that. Getting towel popped in the trailer, and I think one that really was painful that people didn't even know that it existed is when I'm on the treadmill and you hit me with the basketball and I had scuff marks all over me, and now that's like a 30-second clip. Nobody remembers
that year,
or the weights on my ankles.
That year might have been the most brutal because the weights on the ankles. He does his own stunts, y'all. By the way, the weights on the ankles. Same year you fell down the what is it, treadmill? Yeah. And then you got, and I think I have to go with the towel pop. I mean it. I don't know, Travis. You might get telling yourself, was that on purpose? Did you make contact on purpose?
He said 2 or 3 times, I'm like, I'll do this and we'll make it, we'll add it in. And it was supposed to be like an effect. Yeah. And so I was just going to flick the towel. And the irony of this is like, I cannot pop a towel.
It sounded like it.
It felt like it.
It felt like it.
But I remember you were like, oh, no, do it for real.
Yeah.
And so when he was walking up the stairs into the shower trailer, I just kind of like flipped the towel, and apparently the key to it is do it easy because it popped and it lined up 100%.
And I tried to stay character.
Like,
that made it even funnier.
If we got 100% reaction,
that right
genuine.
That right hemisphere was.
The funny one that only Harmon knows about is we had a really bad. This is year 4, and we had to kick out 5 girls because of an incident, and that's why we started doing the race squads. Actually, I think we started filming race squads as soon as this event ended.
Yeah, it was like a stress relief.
Because I was crying. I'm in there. I'm in this room. I'm kicking out a whole cabin full of girls, including their counselor, are all going home. And I'm crying like a baby. Yeah, I'm crying like a baby. It was
brutal, Chris. There were years where it was,
we're talking about rough. This involves stun guns.
There's stuff in the rules right now because of
Yes, exactly. So anyways, I am bawling, okay? And I'm like, I can't believe y'all would do this. To me, to the camp, you're going home, blah, blah, blah. And I come out in tears, and I turned the corner, and I went into the bathroom to kind of get my composure. And I went into the ladies' bathroom. And I didn't even know. And I'm just bawling. And I'm in there, and I'm like, I realized then there's ladies in there. There's like feet under the stalls. And I'm like, oh my goodness. So I turn around and run out, and here's Harmon standing there looking at me like, I was like, oh my goodness. I can't believe it. Just went into the women's bathroom. I was only in there for maybe 30 seconds. But it was like, I could just imagine. If the girls heard, I don't even know if they heard me or not. I just ran out as fast as I could. Oh, that reminds me of another one. Maybe that was my favorite, but more than my favorite is when Lily and Brennan in the bathroom, they took the soap. They took all the soap and they just pumped the soap and pumped the soap and pumped the soap and pumped the soap, and then they stuck paper towels and napkins inside of the drains. And they turned on all the water.
Kids vandalized our own bathroom. And the whole thing, it was like a joke.
Yeah, it was.
And the whole thing was suds.
There was water, and that soap on that floor was sudsy for like 4 years. And while we were dealing with that, they knocked over the podium in the auditorium the same day. And we were like, oh my God, what is going on?
Oh, there were years, man. Yeah. Years. Now
it's
it
funny.
seems so easy.
Yeah. Like everybody on all the employees on campus are always really, like, oh, the kids are going to tear everything up. Never, I don't know, almost never has a camper tore something up. It's almost always one of the employees' kids.
Yeah.
Just want to take a moment as we get ready to ask the final question to our guests to encourage you, if you are in the market or looking to create your own podcast, to look at Anchor. That's what we use. As you listen, you may be thinking, if these two guys can do it, then anybody can, and that's absolutely true with Anchor. The best part is it's free. There's plenty of creation tools that allow you to record, edit your podcast right from your phone or computer. You can also contact and have your guests on from different locations or right there in the room with you. Anchor will distribute your podcast for you. It can be on Spotify, Apple Podcast, and many more. You can make money from your podcast with no minimum listenership. It's everything you need to make a podcast in one place. Download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started. And as we head into our last few moments with our guests, we always like to give them the option to answer whichever question they like. Maybe they answer all of them of the following. What's an unpopular opinion you have? What song comes on in the car you have to perform and maybe know all the words to? And what movie can you rewatch over and over again? All right, Travis. One of the three, or all three, if you get a quick answer.
Into the Shallow. Man, I can't. I don't know if I like it or not, but I want to sing along with it every time. My whole family, Stacy was mocking me today because and I go 100% on it. On the
All or nothing.
Oh yeah, and it's good too. Unpopular opinion. I am absolutely convinced that Jesus is saying, he is not saying God turned his back on me. What he's saying is, hey, go read Psalm 22, or y'all remember Psalm 22. He is not saying, my God, why have you forsaken me? He's saying, this is exactly what it was prophesied in Psalm 22. It's a synecdoche. He's referring to the first line of Psalm 22. And if you go back and read Psalm 22, you'll get chill bumps because everything is prophesied that is happening, even the response. When they say, oh, he's calling on the Lord, that's exactly the response in Psalm 22. And David isn't saying, God forsook me. David feels that way, but at the end of the psalm, you realize that's not what's going on. So that's my unpopular opinion.
Boom. Wait, everybody. All right, Jake, hit us with it. One of them, all three of them, whatever.
Popular opinion: pineapple does go on pizza.
Yeah,
Thank you.
I would agree.
it's not unpopular.
Whatever.
T Harmony backing me up here. Movie I can watch over and over again. As much as a huge comic book fan I am, and a non-sports person I am, the one movie I can watch over and over again, if it's ever on, is Remember the Titans.
I thought sure you said
On
Ricky.
endless loop. I can forever watch that movie. Song that I always have to jam to if it's ever on. I'm belting my heart out. Sweet Child of Mine.
Always.
Nice. Well, I can honestly say that I will always remember the day that I interviewed Jake Leonard. Y'all have a great time. Hope you appreciate the podcast. Be sure to like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Give us a review, 5-star. Check out Titus Camp. What's that website? They can go get all that information.
We can go
www.hcu.edu.
That's it.
There you go.
Just look up Titus Camp.
What about
Follow us on
Instagram?
_Titus_Camp_. And then follow us on Facebook. We have the Titus Camp updates regularly and lots of great info there.
Thanks for being with us on this episode of the Batify Podcast. Be sure to download the Ministry League app and get all of our sister podcasts, along with all sorts of great ministry material at facebook.com/Ministry League. Until next time, look for us at the same Batify time, same Batify channel.